Everybody has their favorite teacher in the Don't Hug Me I'm Scared series, which is kind of obvious. Everyone has their favorite everything. Disregard that statement. For some people, it's the sketchbook, for some, it's Tony the Clock, and for most people, it's Colin the Computer. And while I will say Colin is my second favorite, he gets dwarfed by the people we're talking about today, the villains in episode 5 of the web series, The Healthy Band, or as I like to call them, the most evil teachers in all of Don't Hug Me I'm Scared. That might be a controversial statement considering that this series is also home to characters like Warren the Eagle and the twins, but hear me out. By the end of this video, I'm sure you'll agree with me that these guys, they're just rotten. Pun intended, of course. Firstly, I just gotta say that the reason I like these guys more than any other teacher is because they balance the 3 things that Don't Hug Me I'm Scared teachers are supposed to do in a perfect balance. And they're the only teachers that really do that. They're funny, they're scary, and they're intriguing. Let's start with the funny bits first. It's common in Don't Hug Me I'm Scared for the teachers to not really know what they're talking about. Warren the Eagle! But these guys take it to a whole new level. Now, I won't say that they're the worst teachers exactly, that honor goes to the lamp, but they have the worst lesson plan, if you get what I mean. It makes absolutely no sense. Here, let me explain it to you. Sweets are unhealthy. Eating too much makes your teeth and or gums turn gray. Detailed foods are dangerous and plain foods like white sauce are healthy, but white sauce is also unhealthy and makes your teeth go gray. Ice cream cake makes your kidney spleen, and that, guess what?
Makes your teeth go gray.
Eating yeast fixes your teeth, but if you have too much yeast, well, take a wild guess what happens. You'll never get it. The level of absurdity and contradiction in their lesson has not been matched before or since. Every time they're on screen, you're just thinking to yourself, how could it possibly get worse? Where are they going with this? And furthermore, what exactly do they want you to eat? Like I mentioned with the white sauce bit, sometimes it's healthy, sometimes it's not. And it's not like each member's fighting over which food is healthy and which one's not. No, they just agree and change their minds constantly because they're, how do I put this delicately, insane. But that insanity doesn't just stop with the funny bits. It also carries over into the traditional Don't Hug Me I'm Scared horror. They are, to date, the only teachers that have ever killed off one of the guys. In this case, it was Duck Guy. Immediately after Duck runs off the set, the way we view the Healthy Band seems to change throughout the rest of the episode. They're no longer rambling nutcases with an inconsistent agenda. No, they're very dangerous individuals who are ready to kill at a moment's notice. We're now fully aware of the clear and present danger that the characters are in. Let's compare it to some of the episodes before. In episodes 1 and 2, yeah, things got really bad at the end, but they were mostly used for ending gags or surprise twists. Besides, the characters come back in the next episode totally unharmed, so what's the issue? With the Healthy Band, what they do to the main cast sticks throughout the rest of the web series. Duck doesn't come back until the machine brings him back in episode 6 for a brief moment, and then after that, it's only after the machine is unplugged and he becomes the Red Duck do we get to see him again alive and well. Duck as we know him from here on out is totally dead. And poor Yellow Guy, if he crosses that Healthy Band, we know he's next. And real quick, I gotta mention that I really like how the episode sets the stakes up right at the beginning. Normally in Don't Hug Me I'm Scared up until this point, there hasn't been a whole lot of continuity with things carrying over from episode to episode. But here, Red Guy leaving at the end of episode 4 was a real thing. He's not in this episode until the very end. Right off the bat, we're unsettled by how something is actually different and knowing that, from now on, the things that happen to the main guys are gonna be permanent from here on out. And now let's get on to my favorite part of the Healthy Band, the intrigue. It's always fun to look at Don't Hug Me I'm Scared characters and try to analyze them and put the pieces together to figure out what these people are actually all about. With the Healthy Band, it's a little bit of extra fun because not only are they absolutely insane, but again, they cause some of the most permanent changes to ever happen in the entire show. So let's try to figure out where they're coming from, what they want to do, and really, who are they? Well, first things first, like every Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared teacher, they're there to push an agenda. Obviously, they want the guys to eat healthy, but it seems just about impossible to eat healthy when everything—
But you taste so great!
But if you pay attention throughout the episode, you can tell that there is a consistent theme with things that the healthy band does not like. Whether they're telling us right from wrong, explaining how the body is like a house, or showing us the simple health shape, the common theme seems to be that meats and vegetables are their target. And again, going back to that moment where they tell us what's right from wrong, they say that fancy show-offy foods like cooked meats, fruit salad, soil foods, and yolk will clog up the body, and therefore must be avoided at all costs. But why do they hate these foods so much? What's going on here? Well, there's two theories about this that I'd like to present. The first is that, simply put, the spinach can and steak are jealous of these foods and want to make them seem bad to anyone watching. Let me ask you this. What would you rather eat? A can of old musty spinach? Or a bowl of fruit salad? Or, hey, some freshly harvested vegetables that don't come from a can? And let's talk about the meat. Would you rather eat a raw, uncooked steak? Or would you rather eat one that's been cooked and therefore not dangerous? See where I'm coming from here? Of course, the healthy band aren't plain foods except for Bread Boy, who barely shows up. But that leads me to the second theory, and the one that seems to have the most clout, the thought that they might be working for Roy. Roy, Yellow Guy's father, is often believed to be the guy running the show, at least early on, because the whole Leslie thing changes things when you take the show into account. And even then, there's a bunch of alternate theories that explain the web series that don't feature Roy. Anyways, assuming that Roy is in charge of this, considering that his branding is everywhere in this episode, and the fact that we know that Roy is a grain farmer, they might be out here trying to spread the message that Roy's foods are the only things that won't make your teeth turn gray, and therefore are the only things you should consider eating. The second theory in particular has a lot of weight behind it, considering how they act towards Duck Guy. They hate him. First of all, they came there with the full intent of murdering him and feeding him to Yellow Guy. What with a picture of him in the beginning showing him dead, cans of duck being found all throughout the episode, and the fact that canned duck is an integral part of the simple health shape. With Red Guy finally out of the picture, there's only one person left standing in the way between Yellow Guy and Punish Land. Can we, I don't know, make that deep and booming, add some kind of echo effect?
Punish Land.
That's exactly what Roy wants to do to his son, according to the It's Nice That interview. Makes sense that they'd be the ones to do it, too. Pretty quickly, they're shown to have quite the knack for cruelty. They poke Duck Guy with a fork, they stomp on the model of the body when it accidentally falls on the floor. And oh yeah, they cause this to happen at the end of the episode. Can't forget that. That's why a lot of these episodes are filled with things that Yellow Guy's either scared of or is allergic to, like horses or trees. So now it's up to the healthy band to make sure that that plan works. And they do this by killing one of Yellow Guy's best friends and feeding him his internal organs. Don't worry, it's uncooked, of course, because cooked intestines would— Once they've finally done what they've wanted to do, they're gone, never to be seen again. Except for a few cameos, but still. The only thing that would really get in their way is that darn phone. It seems to ring at the absolute worst times, and it's trying to lure Duck Guy away. Now they can't have that. He's the whole reason why they're there. Does all this make sense? You guys tracking? Because there's one more theory I have to mention that's a lot simpler, but nowhere near as fun. They're just crazy, and they came here because— and they're doing all this because— See? Told you it wasn't as fun. But that's the beauty of the healthy band. Because they push the boundaries so far for what a teacher can do, and because they're really not grounded in reality at all, you never know what they're gonna do or what they're thinking. This is why I love these guys so much. They're funny, they're scary, and they're just a lot of fun to look at and think, what are you guys all about? But that's something that the series does well overall. Every single character who appears in the show, okay, not every single character, but every main character have these kinds of traits to them. It's just that the Healthy Band, in my personal opinion, does it the best. No disrespect to you, Colin. Like I said, you're my number 2, and don't worry, your time on this show is coming very soon. All we have to do is hit 40,000 subscribers. Like and subscribe. And now I hope you've learned a little bit more about the Healthy Band. The most evil teachers in all of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Well, folks, thanks for watching the video. What'd you guys think? Who are your favorite Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared teachers? And, well, since they're the topic of today's video, what do you think of the Healthy Band? Comment below and let me know, because I'm always excited to hear what you guys have to say. And now it's time to thank our wonderful Patreon people. Masters of Fate, Manny Paredes, Kev, Leaf Storm, and Ryan Williams. And let's not forget our executive producers, Azarius, Unkale, Blackjack, Edward Haas, H.R. Hoffman, who else but Zane, YouTube Milkwad, Albert Robinson, I Am Fove, and Aaron Vasquez. If you would like to be just like these wonderful people and have your name read at the end of every Media Mementos video, then why not consider donating to the Patreon? It doesn't cost a lot, and there's a fancy little link in the description for you to click on. Come on, do it. You don't want it to get lonely, do you? Thanks for watching, friends. I'll see you guys next time.